Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host Shane Gilfeather, and you've joined us for round 4 of the V8 League for 2022. Tonight we're at Barbagallo Raceway. As you can see, it's a night event, so this will definitely add another element to the racing tonight. Pretty similar to Eastern Creek, which you saw in round 1. So we'll just bring up the schedule. Currently at Barbagallo Raceway in Perth, WA, also known as Wanneroo Circuit. There's going to be 3 races tonight, 15, 20 and 40 minutes long. That'll be 15, 20 and we're going to make the last one 45 laps each. Okay, so that's how 3 races at those lengths. Bring up the season standings so you can check out how everyone's faring. We've had Racecentre drop a spot to Scott Flack and Craig Broadbent, both very strong, but it's very tight at the top. And here comes Operatisano, who's joined us again tonight, so make sure you look out for them. David Baker coming fresh off a win from the British Touring Car League last Wednesday, and he's pumped to try and get another one in the V8s here at Barbagallo tonight. Bradley Martin couldn't be with us, neither Bryce Royal, Sean Stafford. Chris McLennan's just joined in when quali started, so hopefully he gets up to speed pretty quickly. Okay, so we are in the quali session at the moment, and we're looking at David Baker in the Racecentre entry. We've actually got the Newman brothers. We've got Eli, I'll just bring him up. Eli Newman in the Dragon Sport for Leadfoot Racing. It's going to be hard to spot them tonight, so make sure you look at the names down the bottom right hand corner who we're actually following, unless there's another car behind them with headlights. But that's a beautiful paint job in the green and yellow Dragon. And his brother Nick Newman, who's just jumped in tonight, so we'll see how he goes. He's a rookie tonight, so hopefully he'll get up to speed and do well tonight and have him back for next one. Matt Collins, fresh off the British Touring Car, did very well in his opening British Touring Car round with us last week at Symmons Plains. Very strong competitor, and he'll be very strong tonight too. I can see a bit of an internet issue there, so Christian, I'll just go up to Christian Condas. Matt Collins takes his spot on the grid so far. Christian Cons, this is his maiden V8 race. Again, we had a couple of rookies with us at Symmons Plains, and they're back again this week, which we love to see here at Entertainment Park, joining us in our full motion simulators. Up the front though, we've got to give credit, Craig Broadbent coming back out with a fresh set, currently in P1 with a 50.755. He's been strong all year, so he's had really strong results. Hoping to do it again tonight. Operatisano, as I mentioned earlier, he's been very strong, current V8 champion, so he's defending champion for us here at Racecentre. As you can see, he's in the Entertainment Park Racecentre colours, racing for Clean Skin Racing. In P3 in the Precision or Waltech racing team, it's Racecentre. He'll also be strong up front. So this is going to be a great battle between the 3 and 4. Hopefully McLennan gets up to speed, which it looks like he has. Scott Flack's back with us for the V8s. He missed out on a couple of British Touring Car, but he's definitely making it for the V8 rounds. It's good to see him back. That'll livery will be very easy to spot on track under the lights here, as you can see, for Mellow Yellow. Chris McLennan, the Noble Host entry. He's just literally got on track in the last, 5-6 minutes. So he's probably had 3 good hot laps out there, and he's already up in a P5. David Baker for Team Racecentre in P6 with a 52.1. he knows he can do better than that. He's definitely got into the 51s in practice, so hopefully with the track rubbering up, that'll get him further up the grid. Gary Eichenloff, he's in the Matt Stone unit car. He's new to us tonight, not too sure where he's from, so hopefully after tonight we'll get some more info on Gary, so we can give you more info on what he's like. But at the moment he's in P9 with a 53.197, and it's the Newman brothers, Eli in P10 and Nick Newman in P11. We're missing Gabriel Nunez as well, so hopefully we'll see him back on track. If you're out there, give us a shout out. And okay, so it looks like just go to driver focus on David Baker at the moment. Looks like he's in the pits, so we won't follow him. We'll just go back on track. With a minute to go, it's still Broadbent, Opedosano and Teb's moved up the field into P3 as we see Nick just going off there. We've got a couple of driver cams tonight. I'll bring up the other one. It's our rookie V8 driver Christian Conn, the Mostert fanboy. It's not the best picture, but I'll bring up. Okay, so that's Christian on screen there, and he's parked it because he's only got 1 second across the line, which he won't do. And that looks like the end of quali. Just go around and see who else is out there. We know Opedosano's. See if he's on a fly. He's bailed on that lap, so we've got Harrison Tebb. He's got a couple of yellow sectors, so he's not going to move up the grid anytime soon. Chris McLennan has parked it for P5. Matt Collins, okay. Alright. So session results for qualify. It's going to be Craig Broadbent, Daniel Opedosano, front row of the grid. Harrison Tebb, Scott Flack, second row. Third row will be Chris McLennan, Matt Collins, David Baker, Christian Conn in the Mostert Appliance Online entry. Gary Eichenloff and Eli Newman will be on the fifth row, and Nick Newman in the Matt Stone Racing ZB will start him from P11. Okay, we're going to get straight into it. Just send a message to the boys and flick it over to race. They'll have 1 minute to grid. And I've just lost. No. Okay, so we are back there. The guys have got a minute to grid up, so we'll just show the grid while I assist one of the newbies. Right, we're just in a warm-up. I'll talk to everybody. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, we're just waiting for Chris McLennan to jump back into the server and we'll get the race underway. We'll be back after this commercial. Okay, Chris has rejoined. We're back, ready to go. Good luck to all the drivers. Okay, so the revs are rising. We've got 11 drivers joining us. Chris McLennan falling to the back as he rejoined. Looks like Gary got a good start off the line, so did Craig Broadbent. It's Craig into turn one, leading us through. That's Daniel P2. We've got green flags all around the circuit at the moment. We'll go through the grid. Baker sitting in P5. Chris McLennan making his way back up to 6 really quickly already. And he's got up the inside taking P5 from Baker. That's a great job from Chris McLennan. Now on the back of Scott Flack. Oh, deep down into P2, he's decided to give way. Harrison Tebb right on the back of Oppitasano. Down the back it's Christian Conn coming into pit lane. Not too sure why he's got a drive-through penalty. Jumping the start. Gary Alkaloff is P8 at the moment, but back up the front, Craig Broadbent starting to stretch a little bit from Oppitasano with Harrison Tebb right behind him. There we can see the gap, but he's just dropped off the back now. We're on board with Scott Flack with Chris McLennan right behind. It's only lap 2 of 15, so very short laps. Tyres are going to be very punishing on the front left as we see Harrison Tebb just going wide, trying to rejoin, and I think that was Gary in the background as well. Matt Collins currently in P7 in the Monster Energy car. He's got David Baker in front of him. So the gaps are pretty close here. P3, got Harrison Tebb, Flack and McLennan. It's a great shot on the bumper cam there, on the sausage cam I should say. We can see David Baker chasing down Chris McLennan on the windscreen there. As they're taking us around for lap 4. You see him just getting closer, just nursing those rears coming up the hill there. I can see just in the distance, it's Teb really putting pressure on Obadesano. He's just cooked it on the inside. Obadesano doing enough to keep it straight, but this is mixing it all up. They're going to start bunching up now as Flack's going to go up the inside. I can see it coming. Gets the job done, but Harrison's come across. Protect that line. Oh, just nursing that car around the turn 1. Quite surprising these guys are still all together on track. Usually they spread out, but this track's really keeping them tight. It is such a short lapper, sub 51, sub 52. Got Obadesano P2. Craig Broadbent stretching that lead over almost a second and a half out the front now. These guys will be judging what tyres they're going to use for the third race tonight, because 45 is going to be a definitely long enduro, definitely requiring a pit stop. All the boys are being told to use the first pit entry, which is on the back straight. So we're watching Chris McLennan on P5, currently P5, and he's still got Baker right behind him. Looks like Matt Collins is dropping off a little bit there. Got Gary Eichenloff pretty lonely in P8 there. And we've got Christian Cond, who's had to serve a pit lane penalty. So that's Christian on screen there. Unfortunately that cost him a fair bit of time, but he's only 13 seconds behind P8. And we see Obadesano posting a 51.593. Oh, the group's getting tighter, even still for third. Here it is. It's like a 4-car battle for P3. Harrison Tebb at the head of this bunch. He's just been away on holiday, so maybe that's done him good. Oh, he's really trying to get on the loud pedal a bit too early. That's going to cost him a lot of momentum in a couple of places. And that's, will Baker make the most of it as well? Yeah, no, he's just about to sit in behind. And that's Teb dropping a couple of spots there. You see just the back of Teb's getting a bit loose. It is quite tricky. You really got to balance it. It is on camber, but you know, you really want to get on the gas to get maximum top speed down the main straight, but if you do it too early, it's going to cost you, like we just saw with Harrison Tebb there. We're just seeing both sides of Harrison Tebb. We know he's got Baker right behind him. It's lap 8 of 15. He's closing up on the under brakes there, taking the curb. Just means you won't be able to get on, put the power down as early as McLennan, as we see him just pulling away a little bit. But he's tight under brakes, really good. And Flax just overshot it there. That's going to ruin his momentum just up ahead. Oh, Tebb back on McLennan, really tight now. Look at this. I think we're coming up to back markers. So it's going to get tight down the main straight. Newman's trying to stay out of the way, but now it's four-way battle. Oh, this is great. Great racing. Look how close and confident they are with each other. They've been racing for together for almost a year, on and off. So this is why you see the cars so close together. These cars aren't easy to drive. They're over 1.5 tons in weight. No braking assist, no stability control in these babies. It's all raw racecraft. So this is what's great about the V8 series. Really works on your racecraft. And we see Teb still getting on the gas a bit too early there. Oh, Teb getting up the inside, just touching. Oh, McLennan's just managed to put the brakes on, and Baker's gone up into P4. He's got McLennan right behind him, wanting to make it, and Flack's moved up into P3. Looks like McLennan trying to come around the outside of Baker, coming up over the hill, but it's it looks like we've got, oh yes, Opadasano right in the back of Broadbent now. Coming across lap 12 of 15. Or was that a lap 11? I can't tell. We are still on lap 11. Okay, so there's a battle there, and Scott Flack, or is it Baker and McLennan? No, that's spread out a bit too now. Where's Harrison? He's trying to get back in his rhythm after that earlier incident. We saw him repeat it down the main straight, or getting onto the main straight, and that's allowed Matt Collins, let's call him a rookie V8 driver. This is his first V8 round with us tonight, so he's doing very well. And Christian as well in P8 at the moment. Gary Eichelhoff in P9, just dropping back a little bit, but it's he's quite consistent. Well, the front two have really stretched away from Flack, as this is the battle for the lead at the moment. We're on board with Opadasano looking straight at Craig Broadbent. We can see in the dark how close he is. How close he's getting. I'm sure Oppo's just looking after his tyres, waiting for the last 2 laps to attack, which we're inside now. So you should see some movement on these 2 laps. Just looking at the timing board, there's also a close battle with Flack and Baker. McLennan just dropping off a little bit there. Oh, Craig coming down hard on the gears there. He hasn't got enough at the moment. We're trying to egg him on to come under brakes, but it's not working for him at the moment. We've got 1.5 laps to go as we come down the main straight. Here he comes. Here comes Oppo. And who's that behind him? Oh no, we're lapping Nick Newman at the moment. Great job for the guys to get out of the way. And we've got Gary Eichelhoff as well. And this is on the last lap, so this is going to keep Daniel right up the back of Broadbent. He's just going to follow to whatever Broadbent does. And that's Gary out of the way, and this is Oppo. Bumper to bumper, you can't get any closer than this. It's hard to know where to look because we've got Oppo. Did have the opportunity, but I think Craig's just stretch it a little bit, providing he doesn't make a mistake. I think he'll have this one for race 1. Coming down the back straight for the last time of the race, 15 laps. He's got to close up and make a move here, but I don't think he's close enough. So that's Craig Broadbent. Great job from him. Takes the checkered flag. Well done to Craig Broadbent. Flacken. Oh, Baker coming up. Almost got him on the last corner, but Flax held out. Baker 4th. That's a great job from those two. So that means Chris McLean and Harrison Tebb didn't recover from that earlier incident, I should say, and he finishes in P6. And we've got Matt Collins crossing the line in P7. That leaves Christian coming up over the main coming down the back straight for the last time. Collect the checkered flag. Oh, almost losing it. Huge curb on the exit of the last turn there. That's Christian crossing. We've got Eli coming across the line as well. Okay, so we're about to get into race 2 after this. We're going to set the grid. So we'll go to a commercial break. That's Eli crossing. Okay. So race results. Broadbent, Oppo, Flack, Baker. He'll be happy with that position, P4. Chris McLennan, unfortunate there. Also Harrison Tebb dropping back a little bit, allowing a couple of guys up ahead. Matt Collins, a solid finish with Christian behind him in P7 and 8. Gary Okonoff in P9, Eli and Nick Newman in 10 and 11. Alright, we're going to restart the grid. We'll be back after the messages. Stay tuned.
Tahir. Entertainment Park.
Well, this place, it's like, it's...
My favourite place in the world!
The thing about this place is that...
It's fun for all ages, no matter what your age. You'll love it.
What I really want to say about Entertainment Park is,
They have the best go-karts plus a great cafe. Games, bowling, simulation, but the go-karts, oh my God, they are so much fun.
look, thing is that this place is...
Perfect for my birthday party. Everyone said it was the best birthday party ever. Yeah!
What I really want to say about this place is...
Just say it!
It's a fully hectic, oh my God, venue.
Finally! Entertainmentpark.com.au. And as Tahir says, it's hectic.
And oh my God.
caught to brake later. Still got 2 laps to do the job. But we love the show they're creating at the moment, just coming out of the stadium onto the main straight. Starting the second lap. Oh, and he's just blocked the inside. There he is, side by side, trying to get past. There he goes. Marty's just got to stay with him now, but he's just ran wide there. That's Scott Flack taking the lead back. That was a great move from Scott, but Marty's still in it if he stays within the DRS down the main straight. That's 1 full lap to go plus this one. So he's just got to survive this through the turns and get out within a second and get in the DRS activation zone. Still within the second, so he's not too bad at the moment. He's just starting to fall out of that zone now, but he needs to be in there with detection. Because when it comes to the DRS, and there it is, the 2.5, so we won't get the DRS down the main straight. He's just got to tuck in at the draft. Wow, with Scott Flack hitting so close to the end, I thought Marty Porter had it, but looks like he's done enough to take the win as they're on their last lap at the moment. We've got Scott Flack, Marty Porter right next to each other within 2 seconds, within 3 seconds of each other now. And then we've got Robert Young in You spent all that time sitting there. Alright viewers, we might have to restart the server. Just bear with us for a second. Just got to restart the server viewers, so please bear with us for a second.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way, crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian Whiskey.
Chris McLennan's back in the Monster Energy car and he's currently in P2. Thomas Foster. You don't want 45 litres, Christian. Check your fuel again. 2 minimum. We're not using fuel at all. Okay, welcome back. Sorry for the delay there. Trying to wait for everyone on the grid now. This is reverse quali. We've had a couple of guys join in, so we'll introduce them as we race off. Okay, race 2. Got Chris McLennan. Here we go. Chris gets a good launch as expected. So does Gary. Gary's gone in the inside to protect, and Christian Con's coming around as well. Just run wide, allowing Baker up the inside there. Oh, great shot coming over the crest in turn 3 and 4, but there was a bit of a bump there. I saw Christian just getting in the back of Baker, but he's had to slide in. But Teb's ready to pounce as well. Oh, Teb's just gone a bit too deep. Using Christian as a brake pedal there. He's given the position back, but Opposano is going to clean up both of them. And we're looking at Matt Collins at the moment, one of our rookies in P8. Big bunch up the front there now. Oppo trying to get through. We've got Baker and Gary in second and third. Oh, look at this bunch here. We're on board with Christian Con. Oh, we've got, yes, going out the outside. Teb's squashed in there. Let's just make sure he gets the run out, because we saw this crash back further. Not too sure who that was. Who's? Oh, looks like Broadbent, race 1 winner. I've got 2 sets of 3 on track. This is Oppo Christian and Gary Eichelhoff. And right behind them it's Flack, Wallace, Chippy, Mark Wallace in the second of the monster cars. He's in a monster sandwich. Good old Flacky for Mellow Yellow. Got Nick Newman just off track at the back there. Eli's had an early incident too, so too Craig Broadbent. But up the front is Chris McLennan stretching the lead over 1 second ahead of Baker. Baker's trying to get as far away from Oppo as he can. Opposano in P3 at the moment from almost the rear of the grid. Christian Con doing an awesome job, one of our rookies doing well to stay in the middle of this. That's Oppo and Christian, and Harrison Teb right behind again. Teb really touching and testing, almost like a Shane Van Gisbergen style. But Christian's, oh God, so many track angles to watch. We'll just stay with this one as Christian's just getting loose on the inside there. Great racing, the 2 monster cars now together. Mark Wallace Chippy, Mark Chippy Wallace Matt Collins in P8, the two monster cars, as we're on tracking Harrison Tebb at the moment. Gary Okolov doing an awesome job. He's currently in P6 there, as you can see, just ahead of Scott Flack. Great visuals from the higher end cameras. We'll go on board with Christian tailing. That's Christian. Christian's wheel work trying to stay ahead of Tebb and behind Oppo. Oh, he's just locked up. Oh, he's going to get tapped. Can he hold it? Oh, great work. Did you see the racecraft on our full motion sims? He would have felt the full brunt of that tap, but that would have helped him handle the car as Tebb's trying to get up the inside. And Christian's doing a slight weave there. Not really legal, but we'll let that go for now, as it's his first V8 race with us. Tebb will try and go up the inside. But Christian holding out for lap 6 at 20. Trying to see and identify the other gaps on track. We'll see what tyres, it'll be interesting to see what tyres drivers are using. So we've got a mix of soft and hards. We know some guys can really stretch out the race in lap 2, race 2 I should say. It is 20, a bit longer. So from the first race they'll be able to judge how hard they can drive their tyres. Looks like Oppo and Baker are quite confident that they can make it work, where Chris McLean out front will run the hard, so he would run swapping positions here. Tebb's just got to watch how aggressive he changes lines, as you almost clipped the back of Christian Conn there on turn 2. But up comes Scott Flack, P6. Alright, someone's crashed there, I heard. I think that was Nick Newman back in P12 at the moment. Let's go back up to Harrison Tebb. Still trying to get through Christian, really doing a great job staying out where he is. He's not afraid of the other drivers. He's got some Gran Turismo experience, but this is his second race with us in the R-Factor platform. He's doing a fantastic job. Chris McLennan still out in front, now with a 1.3 gap over David Baker. He's out where he likes to be. If he can finish either here or one position back, he'll be happy with this. Oh, just runs slightly wide. He's looking too much in the rear vision mirror, I think, making sure Oppo doesn't come, but he's just got to concentrate on his own lines. As you can see, just lost half a second going off track there. So it's Oppo in P3, Tebb. Oh, this is a great battle. Look at this. Is this down the main straight? Yes, it is. Tebb could get the braking done if Christian stays, but Christian's just got to stay on track. Oh, he just managed to hold on. He'll rejoin, but he's lost 2 spots. And Flack just sneaks up behind him. Christian's running on hards, as we saw. We're almost halfway through the race now, and it's McLennan, Baker, Oppo out in front, with these guys close behind. That's Harrison Tebb out in the Chris Waltech Racing. Oh, here comes Matt Collins and Craig Broadbent. Wow, this is going to be a great battle if these two get up any closer to this group in front. You can see how much battling on track really slows you down, as Broadbent gets the job done moving up into P7 ahead of Matt Collins. And there's the other group in front, so watch this battle up ahead. We've got 10 laps, we're only halfway through. Matt Collins just holding his own, but here comes Craig Broadbent now. Back on the charge. As Eli just making way for these guys. Matt Collins coming back up. It's like a four-way extended battle for P4. Broadbent can just sit at the back and pick them off one by one if he can. Racing for Racetech Steel. Collins just slightly dropping off now, dropping pace as he's 1.8 seconds further behind. But Christian doing a great job holding his own. Teb's not really stretching this lead. Flack's staying in touch as well. It looks like Oppo's got Baker, and he's, God, Oppo's already up on the back of McLennan. That didn't last long. So Oppo really pushing it now. He's on softs from memory. We'll just go back to the tyre compounds. Yeah, so there's a bit of an advantage there. Oppo's got to really stretch out these softs, and McLennan can really smash those hards if he wants to. So maybe that's affecting his lap times, allowing Oppo to get on the back there. So this is for the lead, first and second, Chris McLennan for Noble Host. Doing his part to stay out in front and represent. Will Oppo get up on the inside? Last turn, Chris will make him work for it. He'll squeeze the line out, which he did. Oppo backed off, so that keeps McLennan out in front for now as we cross start finish and start lap 13 of 20. 7 laps to go. I can see back markers already in front of these guys, so this will definitely change it up. This is definitely what Barbagallo delivers, is short laps, meaning you're going to catch the back markers pretty quickly. This race is 20 laps long, the next one's going to be 45, so it's going to be a monster. Oh, see the front inside just locking up there. Great shot from the cameraman as we're watching McLennan trying to hold, but look at the drive. Oppo's getting out of the line there, really taking advantage and getting the job done. Oh, that's Nick Newman on the inside. We'll go just back a bit further because we've got Broadbent on the back of, well, this is all compressing up now. We've got Baker fighting to stay in P3 at the moment. And he's got a charging Teb, Flack, Broadbent and Con right behind him. There's the group there. Only 6 laps to go. The tyres should be playing out now. We'll see whether people are burning them up too quickly and protecting them now, or current fastest lap, Craig Broadbent in P6, wanting to make that P4 at best. But he's got to get past Flack and Teb in front, as you can see on screen. And McLennan really staying on the back of Oppo. Oh, just, yeah, getting a good turn in there. Either dropping the gear down to first gear and getting the car to rotate a bit better, but Teb's under pressure from Flack, but he's got a better drive out of that turn. But here comes Flack's coming back now. That's a great shot on the final turn, going down the main straight. Will Flack get up on the inside? No, he won't. Teb's really blocked that idea. Yeah, we've got 5 laps remaining. Still Oppo keeping McLennan at bay for Noble Host. And it's Baker in the middle that just really wants to stay there and saying, please, please, let me just take this position. He's got Teb charging. It looks like Broadbent's going to swallow the back of Flack any second. Where's Broadbent? There he is. We're on the back of Scott Flack's car trying to defend Craig Broadbent. Watch him go out and try and come back in early. He tries to get it, but he can't get the drive down. Flack's too smooth through there. He's got another chance to go up the inside. Does he get the job done? Oh, side by side, they're rubbing panels. And that's Broadbent getting the job done on Flack, moving up into P5. Oh, has he got enough time to get past Teb? This will distract Teb from getting on the back of Baker. And we see Oppo just stretching out that lead. Now I think Oppo knows how much tyres he can use for the remaining 3 laps, but now the barrel's on for Baker to hold out P3. He's got Teb and Broadbent right on his tail, so we'll stay with this for now. Christian Conn just dropping back into P8 as Collins moves up. And Chippy's quite comfortable in P10. So on board with Baker now, just out in front. You can see in Baker's revision mirror in the driver focus, I might switch them around actually. Get a better picture. No, that's not going to work. Come on. So Broadbent's just made the move up on Teb there. And I dare say if Teb doesn't come back on Broadbent, then Broadbent's going to be right on the back of Baker on screen. It's a great racing for P3 at the moment. Oppo just really stretching that lead now over 4.5 seconds within 2 laps. And McLennan out by himself, but he's coming in the clutches of these 4 as well. So this might tighten up to the end of the race. It looks like McLennan's struggling on the hard tyres. This might play out right on the last lap as we're on lap 19 of 20. Only 1 lap to go. Got Broadbent, Teb, Flack, Collins. Oh, Baker just holding out a little bit. Oh, he's going to hit the dirt there. That's too much momentum. And he's lost all those positions in 1 corner. That's what you can't afford to do. And he's let the boys go. So Chris McLennan in P2. Broadbent moving up to P3. Teb coming on. Last lap of the race, we've got Oppo. Where is he? He's coming down the back straight. No, he's coming up. Alright, so we'll quickly cross here. Nick Newman just making his way, getting himself out of the way. So Teb and Flack is the tighter one now. Flack just getting stuck on, caught up on the, almost lost it. It looks like he's lost it to Baker as well, trying to hold on, but Baker's also getting held up, and that's changed position again. So I go up, Oppadasano, great job. Taking the checkered, flashing the headlights. Oh, Broadbent right on the back of McLennan. If he had 1 or 2 laps to go, he would have got the job done, but that's enough for McLennan to hold out P2. That's Teb in P4, Flack taking P5, Baker, Collins, Cond, Eichenloff. Where's the other monster? There he is. And we're on board with, this is Eichenloff. coming around to take the checkered. And that's Eli, and that's Gary Wallace. Okay, so that's the end of race 2. Alright, so there's the results for race 2. Daniel Opadasano taking it away from Chris McLennan, leading most of the race there. Craig Broadbent, awesome effort to come from the back of the field, take it back and collect P3 ahead of Harrison Tebb, Scott Flack, David Baker. Matt Collins, good job there to get the job done ahead of Cond and Gary Olkloff, Mark Chippy Wallace and the Newman brothers in 11th and 12th. Alright, we've got to do it all again. Reset the server, go to a commercial break, and set the grid, and we'll be back for race 3.
Tahi, tell them about Entertainment Park.
Well, this place, it's like, it's...
My favourite place in the world!
The thing about this place is that
It's fun for all ages, no matter what your age. You'll love it.
what I really want to say about Entertainment Park is,
They have the best go-karts plus a great cafe. Games, bowling, simulation, but the go-karts, oh my God, they are so much fun.
look, thing is that this place is...
Perfect for my birthday party. Everyone said it was the best birthday party ever. Yeah!
What I really want to say about this place is...
Just say it!
It's a fully hectic, oh my God, venue.
Finally! Entertainmentpark.com.au. And as Tahi says, it's hectic.
And oh my God.
soft tyres so we can afford to brake later. Still got 2 laps to do the job. But we love the show they're creating at the moment, just coming out of the stadium onto the main straight. Starting the second lap. Oh, and he's just blocked the inside. There he is side by side trying to get past. There he goes. Marty's just got to stay with him now, but he's just ran wide there. That's Scott Flack taking the lead back. That was a great move from Scott, but Marty's still in it if he stays within the DRS down the main straight. That's 1 full lap to go plus this one. He's just got to survive this through the turns and get out within a second and get in the DRS activation zone. Still within a second, so he's not too bad at the moment. He's just starting to fall out of that zone now, but he needs to be in there with detection. When it comes to the DRS, and there it is, a second and a half, so we won't get the DRS down the main straight. He's just going to tuck in at the draft. Wow, with Scott Black hitting so close to the end, I thought Marty Porter had it, but looks like he's done enough to take the win as they're on their last lap at the moment. We've got Scott Flack, Marty Porter right next to each other within 2 seconds, within 3 seconds of each other now. And then we've got Robert Young in
Tahi, tell them about Entertainment Park.
Well, this place, it's like, it's...
My favourite place in the world!
The thing about this place is that
It's fun for all ages, no matter what your age. You'll love it.
what I really want to say about Entertainment Park is,
They have the best go-karts plus a great cafe. Games, bowling, simulation, but the go-karts, oh my God, they are so much fun.
look, thing is that this place is...
Perfect for my birthday party. Everyone said it was the best birthday party ever. Yeah!
What I really want to say about this place is...
Just say it!
It's a fully hectic, oh my God, venue.
Finally! Entertainmentpark.com.au. And as Tahi says, it's hectic.
And oh my God.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Race 3 is about to start. 45 lap, so definitely going to see pit lane, pit stops on this one. Okay, so from the results of the 3 races, Daniel Opedasana has dropped out, so we've got Craig Broadbent, Chris McLennan up front. Let's see how they go. And they're off. Broadbent really launching off the line there. McLennan closing off turn 1 and Flax up into P3 right behind. Harrison might get the outside run. He's got the better one on the turn, but Flax got a better drive, but he hasn't got too much space. Oh, Teb moves up into P3, but Flax coming back. Right behind, it's side by side. They're bumping uglies at the moment. Flack getting the better Teb at the moment. Gary Eichenhoff. Oh, someone's just locked up and slid behind there. Who was that? That was Baker that come out, well, I won't say second best. We saw Matt Collins slide there, just the front, as Broadbent brings us back round for lap 1. Oh, Broadbent really thrashing around already, trying to develop a strong lead and get away from the guys behind. We'll see what tyres they're using so we know what strategy they're going with. So we've got the front 3 on softs. That's probably why they pulled away so well, and pretty much the rest of the field on hards. So 45 lap race. Did they manage to get the softs to work on that last 20 lap race? We'll soon find out, as Broadbent not really stretching it away from McLennan. McLennan spent the second race on hards in the 20 lapper, so maybe he knows he can definitely drive differently and get the softs to work for him. He's going to have to, as he was losing a lot of ground towards the end of the race there. Broadbent smashing the fastest lap at the moment, but that'll change. 52.622. McLennan Flack into P3 now. Teb in 4. Okay, so we're watching Teb in P4 at the moment. That means Gary Ogloff is up in the P5 in the unit entry. Who's he got behind him? That's Mark Wallace Chippy and Christian Con driving. We'll get on board with Christian chasing. No, that's not Christian on screen. I'll bring up Christian for you guys. That's Christian on the back of Chippy, who's on the back of Gary Eichenhoff, and he's just gone a bit wide there, lost a bit of time, as you can see. Christian trying to get up the back. If you watch the little insert, you can see the Christian, how close they are on track and how much work it is just to stay behind. It looks smooth from the outside of the car, but on the inside of the car you can really see how much work they have to go through. He's going up the inside, he's trying it, he's getting the job done. Who's going to get the launch out? Christian's got the launch out, but Gary's coming back. Christian's got the better line on the for the braking. Gary's trying to squeeze him out, but it's not going to work. Con really holding his line there in the Mostert. ZB, he's just locked it up there, braking too hard. One little mistake and he's lost one position. You see how tight this racing is. So I got Chippy up the back. Oh, he's just outbroke himself. Almost caught the back panel of the car in front. They're driving on direct drive wheels so they can really feel the weight of the car and the feedback. Broadbent still out in front with McLennan behind him. So 1.2 gap with Flack right behind McLennan. And that's a job up front. Scott Flack chasing down McLennan. And we can see Racecentre moving up the back there, trying to get him on board with this group. He doesn't want to lose too much ground to these guys. And now this is a three-way battle for P2. Well, Eichenhoff back into P5, almost 7 seconds further back. And he's got Chippy right behind him. And Cond as well. Baker trying to catch these guys, but the pace they're setting's quite tough. And Eli Newman not far behind too, so he's doing a really good job in P10. We've had a couple of guys that couldn't make it for the third race. That's Oppo and Nick Newman, one of our beginners. Oh, that's McLennan. I'd say that's a PC issue there. Electronic failure, and he's just lost it straight from the track, so he's going to drop back, and that's unfortunate. Hopefully he gets to rejoin and get back in the race, but everyone else moves up a position. So go through the grid as Broadbent coming round for the start of lap 8, or to complete lap 7 I should say. Scott Flack behind him on the same straightaway, and that's Racecentre closing up now. Gary 6 seconds back, bringing the other two. That's Christian Cond and Chippy behind him. Mark Wallace, David Baker back in P7. He's closing in. Look at the gap there now. He's really raking these guys in. Quite punishing on the front end and definitely the front left tyre. And he's got Matt Collins right behind, who locked up into the back straight on lap 2 or 1 or 2, I can't remember, and that took these two guys out. So Matt Collins really getting his eye in, and Eli Newman in P10. Unfortunately, Chris McLennan, hopefully we'll see him rejoin. He's able to if he can restart his PC, but he'll be a few laps down. So we can see just Craig Broadbent now on lap 9 of 45. He's lost his closest challenger, so the closest to him at the moment, Scott Flack into P2 and Teb. So the top three definitely a mile out in front as they've stretched the lead, as Gary in P4 is a further 8.5 seconds behind. Go back to Cond and Eichenhoff. This is the battle for P4 at the moment, and it's going to get hotter when Matt Collins comes up. And I can see David Baker and don't know who. Sorry, that's Chippy and Collins behind Baker. The two monster cars, I got them mixed up. So Mark Wallace right behind, and then that's Matt Collins who has got past Baker. So Gary holding out there. Christian trying everything he can to get round. We'll see if he gets up the inside. You can see through his windscreen on the smaller screen following Chris Con. Gary doing an awesome job to hold out Christian for P5. This will be a race-long battle, I'd say, as these two are quite lapping in the same lap times in the late 54s. They've got Matt Collins right behind it, lapping in the 53. We saw Christian just losing a bit of time there. Oh, he's just had to back out. You could hear the engine revs just drop as Gary almost lost it. And that's given a bit more momentum to Christian to come up behind him, as you can see him closing in. And right behind that's Baker. Oh, this is a great battle ensuing behind. Oh, Christian almost getting the job done there, but this slowing down's bringing the guys up behind. Look at this. This is all for position. As one of the... That's Wallace just going off in the grass now. Collins moving up into P6. But from P4 down to P8, this is the battle at the moment. Going up with Christian Conrad. Gary just slipping. Oh, Christian just losing it there. He's bringing out the yellow flags, but he's turned it round. Hopefully he can get back on, and that's one guy out of the equation as we're watching Collins come back on to take us around lap 14. As we can see, Broadbent still out in front with a 5-second gap ahead of Teb. But this is where the action is at the moment. We've got one guy pitting, and that looks like Wallace. He's coming in for fuel. Very slow speed there. Not too sure if he's going to continue. Looks like he's trying to find his pit box. I can't see the car moving, so he hasn't got in position. There he goes. Alright, so that's a slow stop for Chippy. That's unfortunate because that takes him out of the equation as well. Craig Broadbent out in front, lap 14, a third of the way through. Scott Flack coming up behind coming up behind Eli Newman for Leadfoot Racing. Harrison Tebb out on his own in P3. Matt Collins up in a P4. And he's bringing Baker with him. So this is the closest battle we can find with Gary just off the back here. We've lost two drivers out of this battle through little mistakes. Probably fatigue starting to set in. It's been a long night. You know, it's almost 2 hours solid racing. See if we can bring you Baker's in-car footage. There he is chasing down the monster car in turn 1. Very hard to see in this track. Barbagallo at night's not as well lit as Sydney Motorsport Park. The local New South Wales government spent a lot of money to light up Eastern Creek, and we can see the old lighting system at Barbagallo is offering enough for the drivers, but not enough for the telecasters. Collins just runs a little bit wide. Maybe we'll see Baker closing in, but you can see Baker just getting loose, getting on the loud pedal, coming down the main straight, down the steep hill in the last turn, coming on the main straight. Gee, clip the inside curb and take the outside. You can see Collins just taking a lot more speed into the corner and running out wide and rejoining over the last bump. Baker, a nice tight line through there, and it's closing. You can see him closing up to half a second. Just got to tight it up through there. can see by the gaps, and we've got yellow in sector 3, but that's gone now. That's clear. It's hard for me to see who that is. Go up the front, Broadbent coming around. Completing lap 17. We haven't seen McLennan try to rejoin. See if I can see him in the server. No, he's just given up, which is understandable. It's not worth coming back in if you're going to enter 5 laps down, especially on a short track like Barbagallo. These guys are lapping in the 52s out in front, and it's Craig about to extend his lead in the championship if he gets 2 wins out of 3. Craig's racing number is number 350. Doing race textile, proud, taking out most of the rounds so far. Thomas Foster we haven't seen. I think he's suffering from COVID at the moment. Got Eli just making way for Baker, and Collins still battling out for P4. I think that's Collins in front. The other monster car, Chippy, has completed his pit stop. We'll see what he went to. Chippy went to the soft, so maybe he's looking to pit one more time before the end of the race. That's Craig Broadbent still out in front with Scott Flack quite comfortable in P2 at the moment. And Harrison Tebb just settling into P3, a further 9 seconds back. He's just got to stay ahead of Matt Collins and David Baker, the closest race at the moment for position. Just show you the season standings as it is in the bottom right hand corner. You can see Broadbent, Flack, Tebb, Opposano. So I'd say Flack and Tebb are going to stretch the lead over Oppo, but not by too much, as Baker's coming into the pits now. So just see in the driver cam Baker just coming in. You'll see the car with the full motion just lift up each side as jacks go up. Left hand side will go up first, or right hand side I should say. Now the left hand side, and then pretty soon after that they should be released. Here he comes. So that's his pit stop. Not a bad one. Not losing too much time coming out of pit lane there. So that's given Matt Collins a bit of breathing space, but he's got to watch that David's not gaining time on him while he hasn't pitted himself, because he's got to do the same trip through pit lane. David's just decided to do it a bit earlier to try and undercut and gain, So when we see Collins come in the pit, we'll know, and we'll keep an eye on him just to see how long that's going to take and see whether Baker made any ground and actually take that position. He knew he couldn't do it on track, but he's definitely may be able to do it through pit lane if he made a good one, made a good stop. The team looked like they did a good job, but looks like, oh, Matt Collins coming into the wrong pits. He's trying to look for his... just sending a message to Matt Collins, letting him know that he's gone into the wrong pit lane. So unfortunately he's got to do it twice. That's what's... I think Matt Collins has actually raced here in the Aussie race cars. I know it, oh, and that's Matt just going wide. He's not concentrating now, so he's starting to slip back. That's unfortunate because Christian Conda's moved up into P5. Gary Eichenloff is wow, out in a P4 at the moment. Great job from him. You can see their track position with the LEDs on the windscreen there, and on the telemetry you can see on screen. So I'll go through. It looks like Broadbent's coming to the pits and he's rejoining P3. So that's Flack and that's Baker. Is that for position? I think... No, that's not for position. So it looks like Matt Collins has withdrawn from the race. He's just lost any advantage he had by doing that and having the spin. So I'm going to appreciate if he has to get up early in the morning that he wants to get it home to bed. And this is Broadbent coming back on the back of Harrison Tebb. In P3, Broadbent on fresher tyres, as we'll see. So we'll see the number of stops, who's pitted, who hasn't. We know Broadbent stopped, Baker stopped, and Wallace has stopped. So Broadbent easily closing in on the back of Tebb. Tebb's still forcing the issue, but he'll probably run wide, and Broadbent's going to get the inside line with the grip. He's going to stay out of the way because he's got the advantage, he's got the momentum as he takes P2 ahead of Scott Flack. Oh. So Flack's got Baker on his back, but that's not for position. That's first and fifth. We're waiting for Flack to pit for tyres. This is probably holding Baker up because Flack's running on old tyres, and Baker really wants to take advantage of the newer set so he can try and catch Gary. We don't know if Gary hasn't stopped yet for tyres, so he's doing well. We're well over halfway of the race, and he's still out there on hards. Broadbent just going past Christian Con there. Flack's gone into pits from the lead, and that's Broadbent going past, so there's no advantage made. So Flack's taken a late entry to the pit lane. There is actually two entries here, and we can see Cond stopping, and that's Flack. So Cond will come out early because he stopped. Oh, that's a short stop for Christian. 7 seconds. Look at the advantage he made on Flack. So Flack will come back out in P3. Tebb's already gone through. I'm not too sure. Tebb hasn't pitted yet. Actually, we'll go back to the number of stops now that a few of the drivers have gone through. So the number of stops is, come on. Yeah, so Tebb's still out on track on his original set. And we'll see what tyres actually changed to. We know Broadbent went to soft and Flack's gone to soft as well. So Tebb's out on the hards trying to extend this lead, but he's only defending. What's he defending? Oh, he's in the pits now. So let's Let's watch Teb coming in for his set. So Flack's gone past. Yeah, okay, so that's Flack moving on to P2. So Gary Eichloff is gone through. He's still out in his original set. He hasn't pitted yet. You can see how wide he took that corner, but that's probably the normal line. But he's probably due to come in anytime soon. So at the moment he's holding P3, doing a great job. He's got Teb behind him, another 19 seconds behind. So it's a bit more than what a normal pit stop would be, but I can actually see Teb right behind him. So I'm not too sure if he's only 2 seconds now as they've gone through the sectors. So Gary needs to come in now, otherwise he's losing too much time to Baker. Baker's probably the one he's got to look out for in P5 at the moment for Team Racecentre. We haven't seen Gary Eichloff race with us before, so it's good for him to join, and hopefully he joins our next races as well. We want to build the sport and build the grid. Definitely invite any newbies to come and join us. It's good fun. It's not that serious, although we like to have fun and, you know, introduce new guys to the sport, as we see Teb just going through to reclaim P3 from Gary there in the unit entry. Looks like Christian just got past Chippy. Oh, Chippy's back in the pits for set, and I can see another set of, and that's Eli Newman coming in for his set of tyres. Right. It's Eli coming in for Leadfoot Racing, or is he exiting pit lane after a set? Yeah, he's exiting. So he's got his new tyres. He's rejoining in a P8. Here comes Craig Broadbent. Okay, so Broadbent been pretty much leading from the start. Unfortunately, Chris McLennan looked like he had an electrical fault and just went straight ahead into the atmosphere. Unfortunately, he had to retire early in P10. Scott Flack's been holding P2 ever since, and he'll pick up some valuable points for the championship after this round. Okay, so we'll go through. Craig Broadbent still out in front, Flack, then Teb. Gary Eichloff finishing in what could be his best finishing position so far with a P4, but he's got Baker. How far's Baker? 14 seconds behind him. I'm sure Eichloff's still yet to pit. Oh, is Baker making a costly mistake? Yeah, so Gary's the only one who hasn't pitted at the moment. He's going to lose a fair bit of time, and he probably won't give himself enough time to get the spot back. So he's really got to make this work. I dare say he's trying to make it without actually stopping, which is as we just see Scott Flack taking the fastest lap of the race at 51.723. I'm not too sure if that was just made or some time ago, but he's currently the fastest guy on track at the moment. Broadbent lapping in a 52.7s and Flack in a 52.6s, so not that much of a gain with that much time to pull back from Broadbent. It's almost 30 seconds behind, which is almost a full lap. So if I was to bring up the gap to the leader, most of them will be behind a lap. So we see only the top 3 is still on the lead lap so far. But I like to bring up this timer so we know who's close to each other, as Flack in P2 is just coming up behind Eli Newman for Leadfoot Racing. And he does the right thing and just moving over, allowing the drivers to get past. So it's Flack in P2, Harrison Tebb for Waltech Racing in P3 at the moment, and the Vegemite hot air balloon is in the background. I don't know if you guys have noticed it. It's more evident in... See if I can see it for you guys. So I'll just go down here. Usually this is... Just looking for the hot air balloon. There it is, but he hasn't lit up. There it is. Look at that beautiful view. Nice Evolved Vegemite hot air balloon. Looks like he's given a bit more gas, like the drivers on track should be doing. So that's Teb in P2, P3. Gary, awesome job. What's going on here? Is that Chris McLennan joining us back again? It is. So he's finally got the sim back on. Good that he joined in with 9 laps to go. It doesn't matter. At least he's back on track. It's good to see him rejoin. But we've got Gary. And that's Whippy too. Whippy just overshooting. Gary's really looking after those tyres. This isn't for position, as Gary's up into P4. So as soon as Chippy gets past, he's going to be given the blue flag, because Gary hasn't pitted yet, but he's a lap ahead of Chippy at the moment. Mark Wallace in the Monster Energy car. Chris McLennan, one of the faster drivers, is going to want to get past these two as well, as he just gets loose on turn 1. I hope this doesn't affect, and it does. It's really upset his momentum, but Gary's just got to get back on track, because David Baker's not too far behind, and they come together. Oh, okay, so that's just nullified the whole advantage that Gary had out in front without pitting. So now he's just got to get his rhythm back. This is a race, but Baker on fresher tyres, too strong, and takes a position. So Baker moving up into P4 at the moment. Christian, who we haven't seen for a while, is back in P6 at the moment. Bring up the driver focus. That's Christian driving inside Entertainment Park on one of the 4Motion sims, the SimWorks V2, on a direct drive wheel. Definitely supporting Chaz Mostert at the moment. He's done well for his first round of the V8s. Looks like some internet issues with the driver cam. Not too sure what's going on there. Oh, we got him back. Got 6 laps to go in this 45 lap race. Quite a long race for these guys. Just over 40 minutes, including the pit stops. He comes around the finish lap 39. Christian Con, we've got a yellow flag. I think that's Eli in P10 at the moment, or P9. He's just got back on track. So McLennan's rejoined back in P10, but he's down 13 laps, which is unfortunate. I know he's having PC issues with it switching off. He's using a VR, so I'm not too sure if that's putting a big load, especially when we're racing a night event. Broadbent still out in front, dominating from green to checkered, or flag to flag, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Dominating it with 30 seconds ahead of Scott Flack in P2. He's coming up behind Gary Eichelhoff. Gary should be given the blue flag at the moment, but a really tricky position, especially when he's nursing the old tyres and he's let Scott go around the outside. So that means Harrison Tebbs currently in P3. He's had quite a lonely night. He's finished 6th and 4th so far tonight, so this will be his best finish for this evening. Got David Baker, current leader of our British Touring Car Championship, up in P4. So he's had a 4th and a 6th, because he almost had a P3 last race, but he lost it in one turn. Lost 2 positions just by hitting the dirt. But that's Scott Flack behind, and that won't be for position. We'll go through still. Gary still in P5. Unfortunately had his advantage nullified from an incident with another driver going off into the grass. Christian holding firm in P6, his first V8 race with us tonight. Doing a good job. These cars are not the easiest cars to drive. If you've ever tried it, or if you haven't tried it, definitely give it a try down at Entertainment Park at the Racecentre headquarters, and we'll introduce you to the sport, and hopefully you can join us for the next round. That's Christian in P6, P7. Is Mark Wallace. He's had 2 pit stops for softs, and he's circulating in P7 at the moment. Eli Newman in P8, just visiting the signage there, rejoining, and Matt Collins unfortunately went through the wrong pit lane, so he and then had an issue, so he stopped and pulled out of the race. Oh, Chippy just lighting up the rears. Turn 1, 3 laps to go, or 2 laps to go, 2 and a bit, as Chris will probably get the job done on Chippy pretty soon. Well, Broadbent's almost lapped the entire field here. That's Teb right in front of him in P3, but I'm not too sure if there's enough laps for him to do the job. Not too sure if he's interested in doing it either. So Broadbent will probably bring out the checkered for most of the drivers other than Flack and Teb. Stay with Broadbent, there's only 2 laps to go. Got yellow in sector 1. I think that's Eli again. Okay, so Broadbent on the penultimate lap, but this is the final lap now, chasing down Harrison Tebb. Looks like they're all compressed in the first sector, the whole field. So it's got really tight towards the end, but it's not for position, as we see Craig Broadbent making easy work of race 3, stretching it out. Unfortunately, Chris McLennan was the only one giving him real pressure before his issues on the opening stanza of the final race tonight. He might actually get the job done on Teb. And this will bring out the checkered. No. So congratulations, Craig Broadbent, probably finishing with the round win and the race win. That's 2 out of 3 races for Craig Broadbent. Scott Flack coming round the last corner. Now he's coming down the back straight. So Craig Broadbent's pretty much... So Scott Flack's just coming down the back straight now on his last lap in P2. And that's David Baker behind him. But Baker will finish in P4. Okay, so that's Flack and Baker, 2nd and 4th. This will be Teb finishing in P3. I think we saw Chippy just finish in front. No, that was Eli. Alright, so that's Teb finishing, and the rest of the field is pretty much finished now. Okay, so race results. Craig Broadbent dominating from green to checkered, finishing in first, 30 seconds ahead of Scott Flack. Harrison Tebb in P3. David Baker picks up a P4, which is good, banking good points for him tonight. Christian Conn, great job from him, finishing P5. Gary Eichelhoff just finishes in P6, so he's lost one more position there. Mark Wallace, Eli Newman, Matt Collins, Chris McLennan rejoined to finish in P10. So that's the racing for this evening. 3 races, great effort from the boys. And if you want to join us for the next round, please do get in contact with us. It is at Winton on the 18th of May. Okay, and if you love the racing and you want to join in the British Touring Car, that's our next race. And that'll be on the 11th of May at Donington. And R Factor 2 is just about to release a new version of Donington, so we're looking forward to checking that out and racing on that. And that'll be just in time for us to race on the 11th of May. So I think we've got a 1-week break, and then we're back into the British Touring Cars at Donington. So make sure you join us for that, and hope to see you on the next one. So thanks for joining us. That was round 4 of the V8 League at Barbagallo.
Watch